Hello everybody, this is Tip Top MTG here today with another Magic the Gathering video. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the bannings of Magic the Gathering. Now, if you guys didn't see, yesterday I posted a video where I took some of the banned cards from Magic that were banned fairly recently, and I turned them into more appropriate cards by just changing around some of the rules. So I essentially fixed some banned cards. In today's video, we're going to be talking about bans on a conceptual level, and I'm going to give you my opinions on bans because, there are a lot of people who have different opinions. Now, bans are generally needed in order to make formats more fun and less broken. For instance, if there's a deck that is dominating the format, it has a 75% win rate against all other decks, and it's just this rampant thing that's way too overpowered, that's when a ban comes in, and it's generally meant to depower a deck. But people's look on this action are kind of different. There are a couple different types of people, and some that I will name here are like people who think bans shouldn't happen no matter what, and they think that the game, as it's released, should just stay the way it is, and it doesn't matter. There are some people who think that cards should be made powerful, and if something goes wrong, ban it. There are some people who think that cards should be carefully designed, and bans should only happen in case of emergency. Any opinion is okay, but I thought I'd spend this video to talk about mine. Do I think bans should happen? Yes. I think that bans are fundamental to the game. I mean, who wants to be playing a game where things are just imbalanced? Unless you're playing a social format like Commander, where bans don't really matter, you make your own rules, and, you're generally trying to be a respectful player, on things like MTG Arena, if there's a really annoying deck, I would love to see it get banned. And, if the whole game was digital, I think that I would be thinking in the mindset of, design powerful and really fun and out there cards, and if something goes wrong, either change them or ban them. But that's not Magic the Gathering. Part of the greatness of Magic the Gathering is the duality of it. It is both a paper game and a digital one. And so both of those things do come into play, and I think that taking cards and, purposely making them powerful, which it appears that Wizards of the Coast is doing, is fundamentally wrong. Taking, cards and saying, oh yes, go chase after these cards, and, the risk is, if they're too powerful, they're gonna get banned. You're now chasing after cards that, because they are so powerful, could just get banned right out from under you. And the thing is, the reason people hate bans are for a couple reasons. First, it can ruin plans. I mean, if you're going to a tournament, and this one's a really small reason why I just thought I'd start with it, you could be planning to go with a deck, you could practice with it, and then it gets banned. But what most players are going to care about is that, you have a deck, maybe this card is the core part of the deck, or maybe it's not, maybe it's just a piece in it, and then it gets banned. And, a lot of the time, something gets banned, and the deck that you had that card in wasn't the problem. For instance, Omnath was recently banned in Standard, and that was because of a really powerful ramp deck with Lotus Cobra and a bunch of other cards. Now, what if I was running that just in an elemental deck as a useful elemental, but not a super overpowered broken thing? Well, now my deck just got depowered, and it feels somewhat unfair. And of course, right now I'm kind of talking digitally because that's how most people are playing at the moment. But if we're talking about physical paper Magic, people were going out and buying Omnaths for like 25 to 40 bucks. And then you go and buy them, and then, now they're worth way less because they are not legal in Standard. So it hurts people who want to play the game at a casual level. It hurts people who are building net decks. Why? Because, it's completely fine to net deck, but if you build this deck built around this card and then it gets banned out from under you, you now need to go build another deck. It also hurts collectors who are now paying higher prices for cards that would then be lower costed, and honestly, it doesn't help anyone in the game. Kind of. There are a couple things that, bans can help. Obviously, the average player is going to enjoy a ban. Now, this is why it happens. If everyone hated bans and it never helped anyone, they wouldn't do it. But one factor overwhelms all of those things. The money loss, the having decks banned. It's the fact that the format is fun. And, Magic the Gathering at its core is not a game. I mean, it is. But, the cards themselves don't do anything without the game. And so if the game isn't fun, the cards are useless. And so banning things is very, very important. Now, I don't know if you know this, but the most popular format in Magic the Gathering is play with the cards I own at home, followed up by Commander. But both of those formats have something very in common. They are very much, let's make up the rules as we go. Maybe not as we go, but, we can make rules. We don't have to necessarily follow what Wizards of the Coast wants to do. And so it kind of encourages this, like, if we don't like a card, we just don't play it. And so I feel like bans oftentimes really only affect digital platforms and Friday Night Magic and like tournaments and things. The average player is actually just playing at home with the cards they have, and if they have a deck that's too powerful, they either tone it back, don't play it, any of that. And so honestly, I feel like to the average player, bans don't actually mean as much. So maybe they should just go with more fun designs that the average player can have fun with, but maybe are a little bit more risky. And if it does happen, they get banned because that's only affecting the hardcore enthusiasts. But I don't think that's right. I think, and remember the list of people I named, I think cards should be carefully designed and bans should only happen in case of emergency. Now this makes a lot of sense, but a lot of people think that could be wrong, and the fact that you could be stifling creativity. There are a lot of awesome card designs that I feel like have come out that are a little bit risky but don't end up being a problem, and you look back and you're like, well, maybe they wouldn't have done that and then we wouldn't have gotten this cool card. So I think that cards that are cool mechanically can still exist without them being powerful. I honestly think the biggest problem in Magic right now is money, and obviously that makes a lot of sense. The two biggest things are collector's products, being very expensive, being forced on players, and pushed cards. Because I don't think Wizards really wants to raise the raise the price of standard sets. So how do you make more money from them? You put chase cards in them. You put expeditions in them. But the issue is when you put those chase cards, your Omnaths, your Uros, your Ugins, you get these really powerful cards that maybe shouldn't be in the format but are only there for monetary reasons. So I would say, I'm not even going to say design things carefully. I just think that the game needs to be designed for the game, not for necessarily making the absolute most money. And obviously that's not going to happen. But if I had it my way, I would not say, oh, design things carefully and then ban, if in case of emergency. I would say design for the game, and when that happens, you should be designing carefully and thinking about it, and those chase cards really shouldn't be there. Yes, you may have the occasional slip up, but you'll notice that bans have been rising in the past 4 or 5 years, and I really don't see that slowing down, although I guess I do see Zendikar Rising not being as powerful. We will have to see with Kaldheim. Now, this is going to pretty much come to the end of the video. I just really quickly wanted to do a video talking about my opinion on bans. Now, really, as well, I'm going to talk about the rest of the week. Wednesday, I am hoping to do a live stream, so you guys should go check that out. I'm experimenting a little bit with it. It was supposed to happen last Wednesday, but YouTube was having some issues. So I had to push it to this Wednesday. Also on Wednesday, I'm hoping to get out a video covering all of the Kaldheim leaks. I was going to cover them as they came out, but we seem to get like one card here, one card there, and I figured instead of making 17 different videos, the day before the Kaldheim spoiler season reignites, I'm going to talk about all the leaks. That way you can be up to date by the time it is important. And then Thursday is the Kaldheim, launch party. I'll be doing all sorts of videos, whether it be, trailer reactions, talking about mechanics, talking about cards, talking about spoilers, and then as spoiler season goes into it, I will be talking about spoilers every day that there are spoilers, unless it's a weird day like a Saturday where they release 2, then I might combine Saturday and Sunday. But yeah, that's my plan for the week, and honestly the next coming weeks. And then after those weeks of spoilers, there should be some Kaldheim content coming out in regards to like the Mastery Pass on MTG Arena, a bunch of stuff like that. So a lot of awesome stuff coming up. Kaldheim is just around the corner. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with everything I just said and more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.